Hi, this is Raymond Rose. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be an excellent podcast regarding all the different steps you need to take in order to declutter your home or maybe even declutter your business. That's number one. And the steps you're going to take in order to turn that clutter into cash. I've really spent a lot of time. I've got a lot of information for you. I think this might be one of the best podcasts you'll get anywhere regarding this subject. Let's get started. First thing you need to do is understand this might take a little bit of time, but it's not such a massive project that it's going to paralyze you. Start small. Let's talk about either the junk drawer in the kitchen or maybe the closet or some items that are in the corner in the basement. The first step is you got to start. It's a 5-minute job. Go through that closet and just take 5 minutes. Maybe you're only going to handle 10, 15 different things, but at least start the process. That's number one. Number two is so you're going to have a bunch of different items you're going to look at or you're going to be literally touching in your hand. The first question you need to ask yourself is, do you need this or do you want it? And if you need it, that's great. You're going to save that. If you think you want it, then the next question is are there duplicates? In other words, why do you want it? And is there something else you might already own that might be able to duplicate it in its place? So that's the first thing, the first step. You're either keeping it or you're getting rid of it. If you're keeping it, then what you need to do next is figure out where the proper spot is for that particular item in your home. And by the way, you got to get your family involved in this. In fact, what would be ideal is that your family's also getting involved in decluttering. Maybe the kids are decluttering their closet, or maybe one of you are decluttering the garage, the basement, or whatever. But get the family involved, the whole same thing. Just take 5 minutes at a time. Maybe next weekend it's 10 minutes. Maybe you got 30 minutes on a Sunday afternoon where you've got a little bit of rest and relaxation, you're going to go through it. So again, start small, but move up a little bit. You're asking yourself, do you need it or do you want it? Do you have any duplicates? If so, put it back. Next. So all the different items that you don't need, there's different categories you're going to put them in. We're going to go over those items right now. So first of all, if there's items that you don't no longer want, then my first step would be is to ask your family members or close friends, do you want this particular item that you no longer want to keep? A lot of different items, and you might feel awkward. It's like, wow, I paid a lot of money for this particular, widget, but I don't need it anymore. Ask your family members if they might want it. If they don't want it, then the next step is sell it. And here's how you're going to do that. The main ways that I've found in selling items these days, the old days, everybody was using Craigslist, and a lot of people are still using Craigslist. But I found myself that the best ways of selling those incidentals right now is Facebook. Using Facebook Marketplace, which when you're using Marketplace, you're taking photos, you're writing up some really good descriptions, you're putting it on the Facebook Marketplace site, and that Facebook Marketplace is going to be sent out to, I don't know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in a large geographic area. Might even be the entire East Coast, depending on what you're selling. If you're selling small items like maybe a Lego game, a Lego blocks, whatever, that might be one thing. You're selling a car, you're selling a boat, you're selling a house, any of those things, it's going to have a much larger geographic area. You want to make sure your pictures are very clear. You want to make sure your descriptions that you're going to put on Facebook are well written. And you're going to want to make sure that whatever the title is, it's going to give you a good overview, a good description of what that product is. So number one, you're using Facebook Marketplace. Number two is many towns now have what's called tag sale forums. In other words, instead of having a tag sale in your driveway, and maybe you've got, 100 different items, let's say you only want to sell 2 or 3 items or 1 item or 5 items or whatever. It's the same thing. You're going to go online, type in the name of your town. It might be, Anytown USA. And then type in Anytown USA /tag sale or whatever and see what items come up. So you're going to want to put a posting in the tag sale forum for your town and the adjoining towns. So I'll give you an example. My granddaughter often goes through Lego sets. She buys a Lego set. In fact, we have a process. We buy a Lego set at one of the local discount department stores. We open up the box very, very carefully. We're cautious with the instructions. We opening up the bag. My granddaughter, we might pay $50 for the Lego set. After 2 or 3 months, she's done playing with it. We put it all back together, and I put it on Facebook tag sale forum. In other words, people that might live in the adjoining towns. I don't want to necessarily sell the Lego set on the marketplace where now we're paying shipping and handling and we're talking to people all over. I'm happy to sell the Lego set to maybe one of the people that live in my town or one of the neighboring towns. And as simple as this, I go as follows. I take pictures of the Lego set. I take pictures of the completed set. I write an excellent description. A lot of it is the same wording that might be found on the Amazon site or a Walmart.com site or whatever. I then put it online, and I've had the most success when I put things online on a Saturday morning. So to finish the story, I put pictures of the Lego set, a wonderful description, and then at the very end, I say, this is important, porch pickup. So for example, let's say I bought the Lego set for $50. I'm willing to sell it for $25. It's in brand new, perfect condition. I even say that it's in such perfect condition, it could be given as a gift. We open up the package really carefully. So I then put down porch pickup. So then what that means to the other people that are on the different tag sale forums on Facebook is that I'm willing to leave the Lego set on the front porch of my home, or maybe it's on the corner of the driveway or on the front sidewalk or whatever. And I write down porch pickup. So it's going to say Lego, brand new condition, etc. Kit number 407, on sale, normal price $50, perfect condition $20 or $25, whatever, porch pickup. And then what'll happen is, what'll happen is if somebody's interested in it, they'll send me a Facebook Messenger memo. And it'll be like, hey, I'm really interested in it. Where's it located? So I check their profile to make sure they're legit. If they are, then what happens is I'll give them my address, and then I'll say, listen, pick up the Lego set. It's, at the corner of my driveway. Pick it up anytime today. I have a little plastic container out there. I say, listen, put the $20 in the plastic container. Because of the fact it's on Facebook, I've already understand who they are. I have a really good feeling about them. I'll put the Lego set out there. I come back a few hours later. I ask them when they're going to pick it up. They'll say, I'll pick it up before noon. I come out. I don't have to wait around at home. I'm not meeting anybody. It's an all automatic deal. What happens is I come home a few hours later, and guess what? There's $20 in the little container that I left on the driveway. They're happy with the Lego kit. It couldn't have been any easier. Listen, I'm getting a little bit long-winded here, so I'm going to go on to part 2. I'm hoping you're enjoying this because I've got some really good stuff that I'm going to still share with you, because we've only talked about Facebook so far. And in fact, I got more information to share with you. So go on to where it says declutter and turn your clutter into cash, part 2. I hope that you're staying with me. I hope you're enjoying this. This is a lot more good stuff coming up. So I'll talk to you in the next podcast.